Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Spencer here, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to use PHP includes and requires. So today's tutorial is going to involve me using tutorials.spencerkdesigns.com, which is a subdomain of my website, and I'm going to be using this basic bootstrap style sheets in JavaScript in the includes, as well as a few other small things, just to show you how includes work, and show you to make a quick and easy tutorial on how you can use the includes of any file, even an image or pretty much any file you can include, as long as it can be run by a website. So let me open up NetBeans here, and here you can see all of my code for that page itself, the links and everything else, and then just the basic navigation. So let me start off by adding a new CSS file. So where is it? Right there. And let's just call it styles, and then let's make it so that body has a top padding of, let's say 10%, just to keep it percentages. Alright, and then we're gonna make a new PHP file. Now, it doesn't matter what development platform you're using. I'm using NetBeans. You can use Notepad. You can use whatever you want. As long as you can make a PHP file or an HTML file in it, you should be fine. I'm using NetBeans, and that they have different classifications for the PHP file, but all PHP files are the same essentially, as long as they can run PHP. So I'm just gonna make a new assets.php file, and it's gonna look like this, so that you can have the head and the body, but you can do just a normal PHP file, and it doesn't matter as long as it works. It's up to you. Alright, so now you see how in here I have Bootstrap linked and everything in here, but you don't want to clutter the head. The head is on, like, you don't, if you're gonna use a ton of different things, you don't want to throw them all in the head. You want somewhere where you can just link it and it be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab these and cut them out of the code, because they can be put in anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the assets.php file, and the naming conventions are up to you. It's whatever you feel necessary. I like to use assets because it's a more professional manner, but you can use anything. You can use includes.php or whatever you want to do. You can even just create a random name, and as long as it works, you should be fine. So now I'm going to paste these in, and you're going to see that they're in the head. Everything's in the head. I'm also going to link in that style sheet. So let me grab it, drop that into there, and then I'm also going to grab the JavaScript document at the foot. You don't have to put your script files or your script links in the footer or at the bottom of the body, but that's where they're going to be executed anyways, so you might as well just make it easier to find. And then you're going to put them there. And now, so this is just the basic bare bones include file. Is you put everything you need into it, just a couple of text files, just anything normal. So we're going to save this. And you can see now that there's no links whatsoever into this body. So we're going to go ahead and FTP all of these into here. Okay, so they're going into my server right now. They're in there. And now we're going to go ahead and open this up in Chrome. So you can see right now that it's just all back to just plain old HTML, because I don't have any style sheets linked in there. So what you're going to want to do now is, when you go back into your code, you're going to want to go up to the top and put in a new PHP parameter, and go ahead and go now if you're going to require them, you're going to want to go ahead and go require, and then put the quotes in there and end the line, and then you're going to want to go ahead and go to assets.php. And you can do require once, or you can just require anytime it's necessary. Now the difference between the two is it will only require that thing once for that specific, like, it'll require every time you need it to require, but only as long as you tell it that you need it to. Whereas just a general require anytime that it sees a PHP function going through and it sees that it's calling something that required file has in it, it will run it. So it doesn't matter. Normally they'll do the same thing. They all end up doing the same thing. So it doesn't matter. However, some people prefer to do the require underscore once rather than just a general require, because sometimes it may keep it cleaner or may help things function a little bit better. The other way you can do it is you can do the include. The include means that yes, it will. Some servers will make it so that your file must be working, in order for it to include. But some servers, it'll just say, oh well, if it doesn't include, then it doesn't include. So the include would look like this, and it's just assets.php. But remember, you don't have to do the .php file extension. You can do include and then have it be the styles.css. You can do that too. Now, it's completely up to you on how whatever you want to include. Now, it can be any file extension as long as the web or the internet can run it. It could be another PNG. It could be anything as long as the web server can run it. So you're not just limited to including PHP files. You can limit yourself to including them, but you don't have to. So let's see how these all work. I'm only gonna include the style or the assets page because everything else is in it. So let's go ahead and go back here, refresh, and then go ahead and include those. Alright, so those are in the files server, and then let's reload. Now you can see remember how I did that 10% padding up here. Now it looks like there's 10% padding. So the padding top works, and you can see that the style sheet that I linked worked. And you can also see that the assets.php page was included, otherwise the bootstrap in this website would not be working. So that is pretty much the bare bones essentials of includes and requires in PHP. The two work the same way in the end. So it's up to you on how you use them. That's all I have to say about this. If you have any questions, make sure to put them down in the comment section below. I will get to them as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate it.